Good day, guys. Today I wanted to talk about how city life is very boring for me. I don't expect everyone to agree on this, but I'm just sharing my thoughts about this. So this video is pretty much part two of the first one, and this just relates to that. So why do I think that this city life is very boring? It's because you can't really do anything, really. Like you can, but it feels like a trap, like a prison because you can't really express fully yourself. There always will be people around you. Like imagine you just want to go outside and just be alone, don't see any people. just just be, but there always will be people, and these people are strangers and you don't know strangers, and it just triggers my, like, this primal instinct of this, like, tension, in me, like defensiveness, like the survival instinct. Because I'm just wired like that. I can't really change what I feel, really. But yeah, basically, there always will be people around you, and it sucks. It really sucks. And another thing is that it's just boring. Like the only thing that I can think of to do something interesting in the city is, I think, clubs. Clubbing. Maybe this makes you alive. I like music, so yeah, I like clubs sometimes. Not to, use substances or just drink. No, not that. Just music, And, or even concerts, Maybe festivals, something like that. But on average day, you just work all the time. You work, you go to your home and just, I don't know, unwind to your TV, or I don't know, like some technology use, and it just makes really fake. Because for me, I want to, like, walk freely in nature, but I can't because I live in the city and everything is far away. The nature is far away. I need to, like, go there, and don't have much time. You also can't build anything. Like, you have to have legal rights to the land. You have to buy a land which costs incredibly high, and yeah, and it's illegal to build things. I know that many people won't do that because they're not wired like me, and it's okay. But I'm just sharing my thoughts again. And when you, like, meet somebody in the city, you meet up with, your friend, or you know or go to school. It's it's so, like, detaching. Like, you just meet, talk, and leave, and you don't really. It feels no. Maybe I'm just not talking right. I mean, like, okay, let's start from meeting friends in the city. You go whenever, wherever you want, and, like, I I don't like bars. I don't really like cafes, all that stuff. And I also don't really like just walking. I want something, like, alive, make campfire, make food on it, make something like that makes you both like like teammates, you know, like this bond. And when you go to school, it's you just go to school because you need to. Your classmates are just chosen by chance. You didn't choose the class, the people around you. They just they just are, you know. And classmates are not real friends actually, unless you go do something after school, you know. And yeah, then you create something, you have pretty much same interests. This I call this bond, okay? Because if you don't have interest, you're going to be distant with that person. It's just how it works. No, we can't change that. I am a person who values connections, deep bonds, but in the city, there is nothing really we can do. I know, like, it's just so boring. Usually, people go to some shopping, go to like fast food, you know. This is average meeting, you know, and talk about crap, you know, walk around without really any meaning. I mean, it's okay to walk around and talk, but it's there's nothing to do. Okay, we can go some sports club, you know, maybe clubbing, but it's still like it's fake. There's no really meaning around it. I don't know how to I don't know how to explain this. This is really hard for me to explain, but I pretty much don't like cities. I just don't belong here. Yeah. So if I try like to um build something, I will get pretty much the fine, and it will cost a lot, which sucks. And I want to talk about also about average city life. You just okay, you wake up, you go to work, you eat something, okay, the work hours end, you go to I don't know, shop maybe, buy some food to stay alive, and it's not your food because you did not make it. It's not your food. Someone else made this food, and you have to trust it somehow. And you don't know what they put in it, so you just eat. You're not aware about this whole stuff. Go to home, watch some I don't know Netflix or scroll social media, and that's it. That is average human life in the city, pretty much. And maybe others do bad, even more bad habits. Maybe others do good habits like going to sports, like maybe going to the gym. But it's still fake. It's not like one. It everything is separate in the city. Like sports, the sports clubs, you know, these buildings, work. They're separate places. And there are also separate cultures in it. And that's the problem. Yeah. I think when there was only tribes, there was no cities, there was only villages or just nomadic tribes. And they did not have places. They had nature, they have camps, but it was all one. Like your body worked, your mind worked, you connected all the time. I know you. Maybe you just went to like forest hunt to hunt food, to fish, to I don't know. Maybe somebody stayed to make like instruments and stuff. But I think that people in tribes were connected way more than we are now. Even though we meet occasionally, but we still are quite distant, you know. Let's think about villages. Villages are not always perfect, but if if the village is like normal, there are no alcoholics and and there are neighbors around you which you know, like you live close, you know. It's like a tribe, but it's no nomadic, and all you have is like baker in the village, maybe like blacksmith, maybe maybe I don't know, butcher, you know, maybe a builder, maybe that, and it was pretty much like tribes, pretty much. The bonds were close. You just went outside without like um, planning, you know, and you just met like your people, and you just start talking, you know, maybe plan to make a dinner and all. Everyone just sitting near table in the in, now outside looking at horizon, and that's beautiful. But now we don't get this connection, and that's sad. That's sad. Now in the cities we just got phones, computers. We distract ourselves with games, movies, social media, and our interaction is more likely to be on some messengers, you know, like Snapchat or something. And it's really sad if you think about that deeply, because you know how it feels to meet a real person that you know, and you just can connect more deeply when you're around that person. But when texting you can't really connect, you just see some messages and profile picture. Just it's absurd, man. The city is absurd. I don't know why it exists. You just I think cities are invisible prison and a cage for you to be a slave and be a robot, which everything about this city about the city is pretty much dehumanizing. It's not normal. It's just not normal. Most of the time it's not really normal, and it's going downhill. Yeah, I don't think that cities are normal thing. When I was a child, I always thought that cities are just not normal. They are not natural. But nature was like natural to me. It's like this is where I belong. Of course, I know people in my life who see cities like interesting. They say it's more there are more action in the cities, and nature is just boring to them. But it's opposite for me. It just depends on the human. We can't really change the humans, but you can find people that are like you, and people who are like you or like me are more rare, and that makes everything harder. what I just told in this video. It makes everything just harder. And yeah, that is pretty much what I wanted to talk about in this video. Have a good day and enjoy your time.